Okay, so in this video, let's add these messages to our UI here. But before doing so, we would like to use another library that is moment.js to format dates here, because in each and every message we are getting dates here. So for that, we are going to use this library that is moment.js. And to require this library inside our index.js file, we would be using a CDN link. So let me grab the CDN link here. And all these links would be in the description below. So let's go to our application here and let's go to index.html. And let's paste it just before the main.js file here, like this. That is the script tag here. And let's save this application again. So now let's go to our main.js file here. And so here, as we can see here, so let's open the application once again. We see here that here we are getting two types of bubbles. That is, once we are sending a message, so we are getting this bubble here, and once we are receiving a message, we are getting this bubble here. So for that, let's create our function inside our main.js file here. So let's create a function that is add message to UI, like this. And here this would take in two arguments, that is, or two parameters, that is own message, whether the message is our own message or whether the message is the client's message. So in case it is our own message, it would be true, and if it is the client's message, then it would be false. And the second argument would be the data itself, like this. And here what we would like to do, we would like to create an element here. So let's go to our index.html file and let's grab one element, that is one chat message here from this UI, that is this li tag I am copying. And let's go to our main.js file, and here we would like to create an element here that would be inserted in this UL message container here. So let's create that element here. So this const element equal to, I am using backticks here, like this. So here we are creating this li element here, as we can see here. So this is the element we are creating, and this li element should have a class of message right if it is our own message, that is if this is true, and this should be left if this is false. So we can do it like this. So $, and here firstly we would check if it is our own message, then the class name should be message right, otherwise the class name should be message left. So if it is our own message, so the class name should be message right, otherwise the class name should be message left, like this. And now for the actual message, what we can do, we can again use template strings, because this data contains the actual message here. As we can see here that this data contains this message thing here. So we can extract that message from this data object here. So here we can again use this thing here, that is this thing here, that is $data.message, because this data contains a property called message here. And now inside the span tags, we can again use this thing here to get the name here, that is data.name. And then for the time, we are using the moment.js library. So we can do it like this, that is moment. And here we need to create our new date, and we can create a new date using this data.datetime. So data.datetime, and here we can use a function here on this moment thing here, and that is from now, like this. And we are using this function here, that is from now, and that is built inside moment library, and that displays the time that is relative to the current time. So it's a useful utility function that you can use on this moment library here, like this. And now after creating the element, we want to add it to our UI, that is our message container. So what we can do, since we have found this message container here, so let's copy it, and it's a UL message container which contains all the li tags. So we can use that message container .inner HTML plus equals to the element which we have created, like this. And now what we want to do, we want to call this function from two places, that is whenever we are sending a message and whenever we are receiving a message. So let's call this function whenever we are receiving a message. So add message to UI, and here is it our own message, so we can pass it false because it's from other clients, and the data we can pass in data, like this. So let's comment this thing out from here, that is the log statement. And whenever we are sending the message, we can again call that function, that is add message to UI, and here we can pass in true because it is our own message, and we can pass in the data itself. And finally, after sending the message, we would like to empty out the input field, that is the message input field. So we can simply say that is message input dot value equal to an empty string here, like this. So let's save this application and let's go back and let's reload the page here. And let's see that if all works fine. So let's type some message, let's press enter, and we see that we are getting our own message like this. And let's open another tab here. So let's go to localhost port 4000. And this time let me type another message here, that is, and let me also change the name here. So killer, and let me type in a message here. So hey Anony, let's press enter, and we see that our own message is displayed here. And let's open this window here, and we see that we are getting message from killer that says hey Anony. And now if he wants to reply, so he can simply say hey killer like this, and the message is sent, and we see that we are getting hey killer here. And now this person can change his name, so captain, and he can send in a message like this, that is hey killer again. And we see that the captain sent the message and the killer receives the message from captain here. But as you can see that there is a bug inside this application that we are not automatically scrolling to the bottom here. That is, if we type, we have to scroll manually. So let's fix this, because it is a super simple fix to automatically scroll to the bottom. So for that, what we are going to do, so here we are going to create another function that is called scroll to bottom. So function scroll to bottom, that is the bottom of the UL container automatically whenever the messages are received. So here we can simply say message container dot scroll to, and here we can pass in 0 and the message container dot scroll height like this. And we can call this function as soon as we add messages to our UI. So we can call this function here, that is scroll to bottom. So let's call it scroll to bottom like this, and let's save this, and let's go back to our application again and let's refresh it. And let me type some messages here, and if we see that if we are able to get the automatic scrolling here, and we see that we are automatically scrolling as we are sending the messages here. So now one more thing, that is currently if the input field is empty, we can send a message here. As we can see that we are able to send the message and the other window is able to receive the message. But we do not want to do that. We should be only able to send the messages only when there is something inside this input field. So that is super simple to do. So whenever we are emitting a message, that is whenever we are calling this function that is send message, firstly we can check if message input dot value equal to an empty string, then we simply want to return from this function here. We do not want to proceed from here. That is, we do not want to create this data object and then we want to emit this data object. We do not want to do that. So we can simply return from this function here like this. So let's save this and let's go back to our application and let's reload it here. And this time if we press enter, then we see that we are not able to send empty messages back to the client. So guys, this is how you send and receive messages. So in the very next video, let's see that how do we handle this thing here, that is the feedback here. That is, we want to be notified whenever someone is typing a message. So that's what we are going to do in the very next video.